supposed to spook you guys? It's not even... The intro's not even over. What are you doing, Besh? Thank you, but what are you doing? And then he just leaves? Besh, what are you doing? Boo, I guess. What the heck? We getting some little guy time? Yes, yes, we are. Apparently also Chud Maxine. I don't know, man. What the hell? Once again, thank you, Besh. I'm assuming you're going to the gym. Good luck. What the hell? Anyway, today we are gonna go ahead and continue with... Oh my god, what's it called? First of 1,000 Autumns, I think? Yes, I think so. I think that's right. Let me check. Yes, First of 1,000 Autumns. We were on TA5 after. So here is what I'm hoping for. And put Sinto in memory of Besh. Honestly, I would if Sinto was easily accessible. Welcome in, Punchy. So we are gonna do hopefully up to TA7. If we can do the beginning of TA8, maybe we can like clear this out. But I think TA7 would be fine. Because I think we only need 3 more streams if that goes well. Emphasis on if that goes well. I said up to 7. I didn't say 6, 7. I said up to 7. Let me like lower the music for you guys a little bit because like the music there is a bit high. But anyway, let's get into it. My voice will absolutely die. Don't remember any of the voices I was doing. I do have like 3 drinks, by the way. I understand the 3 drinks now that like some VTubers have. I have like water, pineapple juice, and tea. More like pineapple water. I see. Don't tell anyone else. Be extremely careful. I need you to do something for me. Pet, 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 pet. Pineapple water? Agua de piña. So, pineapple juice is like the straight juice. What a lot of Mexico does to make agua fresca is they mix the like blended up fruit with water and then like a little bit of sugar. Yes, June is very pretty. So like for example, this instead of just being like a juiced pineapple, it's a blended pineapple with water and some cane sugar. Although it was like very acidic, so it's still very sour, but that's alright. I'm really good. The Judicial Review Office has begun to investigate everyone who was near the Skymere Pavilion around the time the writing knife was stolen. Outside of our siblings, you could count the people who know about the existence of our knife in one hand. Yes, it's just as I feared. I won't stand aside and do nothing if someone tries to harm you, Gia. I doubt someone trying to harm me would use such a means. Feels more like a warning. Substitute with honey? Yeah, it's like some type of sweetener. But yeah, in Mexico, that's just called like agua de blanc, which is water of blank. So this is pineapple versus like other ones with like strawberry and stuff. And then some people also add some like dairy, so like condensed milk or something like that. Feels like a warning. His Imperial Majesty is an energetic ruler. He wanted every person in the land to bow to him. He would recognize our family as not being of his kind. But I do not believe he would stoop so low as to use the knife in underhanded ways. This is before Gia gets hurt. This is before she ceases to be. It's not fair. If there's anyone who should be above suspicion, it would be you. You know how hard the words fair and just are to write? It is our eldest brother always says. There's little point in arguing when it's 1,000 mouths against one. I doubt he would just let this slide if he was here. I wouldn't like to see him when he's angry. What's your plan? You won't tell Wang about it? It's times like these that he is most useful. Gia shakes her head. That was what I wanted to ask you. Please, keep this secret from Wang. People have feared and avoided him for many years. His position has grown even more precarious under the new emperor. This is not the time to drag him into this. Besides, I fear he would do something irrational if he finds out. Alright, I'll listen to you. But I hope you can be honest with me, Gia. Are you absolutely sure that you and Wang are not plotting something? Come on, don't interrogate me like this, sister. Not dead yet? Yeah. No, Nathan. She's been referenced in other events because in present day, she is the only Sui who is gone. She was not bandaged or anything. My understanding is she was absorbed back into the dragon, who is the Sui. But that's all we really know. Well, at least I know. I know if you've read this event, you know more, but she's been safe until now. And gone, but not truly dead later. Exactly. I guess no one can lie to you successfully. I knew it. You understand that it's dangerous power you wield. I know the risk, but I'm not the only one who has to shoulder them. Shuo, Wang, Ling, and you. You've done so much for us, the younger ones. I have to do my part. Was that the angel event that happened then? Because there was a dragon thing there. No, that's a different event. It was a monster. Not exactly that. This one, I think we've done a couple of the dragon ones. Or at least one, maybe two. This was more when these siblings get involved. There's 12 of them total. We have met 11 of them. And if they're involved, that's that story arc. You're thinking of a different story arc. You're thinking about the one with the redhead girl and the angels and what was going on in that area. Besides, I don't want those names that I put much thought into fade away in history. June continues to frown. Gia takes her sister's hand in hers. They were rough from all the years of playing instruments, but it's a comfortable feeling. I'm here. I'm alright. Don't worry. You know, I had a dream. A dream about our future. It's a different future from the field of white that Shu spoke of. I saw all of you truly live as yourselves. Hakatos, welcome in! I'm sorry to hear that. The vision was so real. It didn't seem like a dream. I even had a feeling. A feeling that it's more than just a dream. It really is. I think that's why I love it and the siblings so much. It's good to see you, Miss Nyan. There's another one of the siblings. Hey, Roundhead. You're the one supervising the work. What are those foremen? He's slacking off. Yeah, exactly. You misunderstand. My master has been very busy with the city design ever since he received news of Bai Zhao's modification. He's gone an entire month without sleep at his busiest. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. And here's something to remember. Even if the means are not available with you right now, in the future, you can still continue cosplaying with each other. You just meet at cons. Now you have a place to meet up with. And you can plan things and see things live for the first time when you guys actually meet up. The silly dragoons. I don't think you've seen her, Nathan. She is one of the older operators in Arknights, though. The third... Punchy, shut up. We're back to that. That slowpoke picks himself up once in a while, eh? He calls Yan's first ever nomadic city a project monumental significance. Every detail of the city must be carefully considered. Therefore, he must complete it before you have a chance to do something to his design. What the? How dare you talk behind my back like this, when I always share the good stuff with him? Where is he? I'll bite his head off for this. Sleeping? He has slept for 10 days now, but he's supposed to deliver the draft at the gates to the Ministry of Works today. He told me that I am to stop the Ministry people from getting in, no matter what. It's just been something that Punchy's been, like, going through. All the Suis are now, like, 7 cousins or something like that. No, that's the I know. Is there something else? You said he's sleeping. I remember that he picked up a meteorite a few decades ago. It's still in his garden, isn't it? Where? Miss Nian, I have my master's instructions. I am not allowed anyone into the Garden of Grotesqueries, whether it is you or anyone from the Ministry of Works. Why are you always so loyal to him? Say, wasn't I who gave him the materials to build your body? You should obey my orders. Now shut up and get out of the way! Please, Miss Nian. You make my position most difficult. Mr. Liang, Miss Nian, the Assistant Ministry requests your urgent presence at the Forbidden City. Urgent? How much? The Baizao project has encountered a snag. It's okay, you'll still meet up with each other. There's the Sui, then there's their cousins? What do you mean by this? A shipment of materials, Orion and Originium and the like, which Baizao urgently needs, has been delayed. Yeah, Nian's just a silly little guy. I love her so much. It has brought construction to a grinding halt. What the? What are these geezers the Ministry of Works doing? What is going on? I demand an explanation! The construction of Baizao is the more important thing in the land. How could this be allowed to happen? The cheat out on the capital is well maintained. How could it collapse when no catastrophe has occurred? And how could there be bandits so close to the capital? I have to say, these incidents are highly suspicious, sir. The sudden collapse and the supplies disappeared without reason, then showed up just as suddenly when they should not. If there is indeed someone behind this, then their objective must be to sow confusion. Rumors have been spreading in the city. Many workers believe that the Baizao picked up a time of ill fortune to begin construction. Oh god! Someone is sowing confusion? Who? Sir, the Minister of Rights requested a meeting. What is the Rights doing here at a time like this? Did they come to laugh at us? Reporting, sir. The Minister of Rights said that although the Ministry of Works has been quite busy of late, the trouble involves more than just the Ministry of Works. There you are, Chun. Do you know why I've summoned you? I suppose it's because of the writing knife. Yes? How do you propose to solve this dilemma? Perhaps if you could put in a few good words for her and return it to its owner. Huh. Go on. If the numbers are the problem, it's just a simple matter as going to her head to alter them. This should not be necessary. How interesting. Her previous candle holder retired after being accused of growing too close to her proxy. She has a knack for winning people over, doesn't she? I mean, all the proxies have their own eccentricities. But they've never plotted against Yen. Indeed. We can tolerate the eccentricity of others as long as they do not seek to harm Yin. But she... You must understand what you're dealing with and what her powers means to Yin. The supervisor tosses the unsubmitted documents to her Chun and hands her a writing brush dipped in ink. Try. Try if you think you can get over the head of the proxy. Change the number to what you want them to be. Oh, I don't like where this is heading. Your Imperial Majesty. The Minister of Rights and Works has completed the investigation and has law supplies the Bai Zhao project. The investigators unanimously agree that it's most likely an intentional act, and that there was someone behind it. Have we won it yet? I don't think we're gonna win this one. I think the only way that we're gonna win is with the bottle of tequila crying herself to sleep. Supplies have a right to Bai Zhao. The Ministry of Works will do the best to make up for the lost progress. What are you hiding? You suspect that there's someone behind it. You must have a suspect. The nervous official dares not look straight at the figure behind the curtain. Out of the corner of his eye, he glimpses a majestic lord standing before his desk, writing something. A well-timed declaration of war. 2, in fact. 1. Tell me that she saw the soul mouth of Yan, while the other demonstrated that he easily disrupts Yan's greatest project, and the continuation of the project depends on his approval. Would there come a day when they make Yan's armies turn on themselves if they want it? This is the most serious matter, Your Majesty. If the proxies are indeed stirring trouble, the Sui regulars should act immediately and punish them severely. There's no need to be hasty. The figure behind the curtain thinks for a moment, then put down his writing brush. I know the craft of calligraphy must be honed over a long period, but I have not seen the efforts bear fruit. Still, I understand why the Grand Preceptor told me to spend so much time on it. One must be in control of oneself. The young Churlong gazes upon the ink on the paper, but he seems dissatisfied and frowns. Jin Yan Ming Yue Ren Ji Wang. The moon's wen gloom dew every eye. He picks up the writing knife and uses it to scrape away the conspicuous character of Wang. Oh! I figured, but I hate this guy. I hate this guy so much. In an instant, that patch of paper is white as new again. He's clever, unlike his pedantic sister. He knew to let supplies arrive Bai Zhao eventually. Make a show of good faith. He wished to protest on the behalf of his sister. I'll humor his brotherly love. They can record the figures as they like. As for this writing knife, I'd considered doing something with it, but never mind. Return it. Ooh, what do you have? Gia, the Sui Regular have recovered your item. Thank you. I'm so sorry, Gia. I apologize. You found the thing I lost. That which was lost has been restored. All is well. I was negligent on my duty. Ratatouille with caviar on the side. Yeah, apparently you should share with the rest of the sinners. There's something I've always wanted to ask you, Gia. You said you don't want to use a writing knife to alter history, not even to change clerical errors. Why have you kept the knife around? Did you forget that you already asked this question when you were 3 months on the job? You complained when I didn't allow you to use the writing knife to correct errors. is that so? I don't really remember. Have you forgotten about your original aspiration, now that the roadie's description of young elves has been addressed? No, I just... It's true that one should not pursue the lies of the past. But just as you and I have demonstrated, it does not mean we should ignore the errors of the past. Never mind try to whitewash them. I have kept the knife so that people will remember the wrongs can always be righted. I understand. Nothing could be changed. Tearing the pages out, writing over the words. They all do nothing because the page is instantly restored to its original state. How could this be? How could this be? This is her power. She was not so difficult 100 years ago, when it's proposed that she should leave the Imperial Historical Cabinet and refrain from writing the histories directly. She did not complain, and indeed transferred to the Skymere Pavilion of her own accord to work on reviews. She also reduced the number of courses she taught at the Academy, mostly working in advisory capacity, similar to how June operates. But her photographic memory, enthusiasm for history, and her immortality were too much of a temptation to historians. It became their habit to seek the approval of the one who is never wrong, and she is happy to take on the work, reviewing documents and histories. Is she a priest-based character? No, she's not a priest-based character. She is based on calligraphy. Today, nothing that passes through her hands can be altered without her approval. As for the writing knife that occupies so much of your mind, it was once an ordinary tool when Gia first picked it up. After spending centuries by Gia's side, it became capable of altering text without having to carve out bamboo. 2 centuries later, the writing knife accidentally erased a page from the veritable records of the True Lung. Few, if any, ever pursued those pages, and all who knew the subject were gone, and so, when a careless historian's hand slipped, no one can recall what the page held anymore. One reason was that no copies were made of the veritable records, but it's also true that Gia's powers are growing. If the Sui regulator, or Jui herself, chooses to erase a word, a sentence, or perhaps a memory from under heaven with it, it is well within the realm of possibility. The knife represents only a fragment of Gia's powers. How fast are her own powers growing? The deeper Yan's history grows, the harder it becomes to rein her in, for she is one with history. In another century or 10, as she continues to immerse herself in history, she'll become more powerful, more terrible, even than the bestial Siu itself. The long-lived candleholder stands dumbfoundedly, hardly able to comprehend what she has just heard. Oh, they feared her so much. Yeah, so basically every of the Sui siblings stands in for one form of art or another. And I'm not just talking about, like, the physical arts. For example, one stands for cultivating the land. Another one is the art of martial arts. Another one is basically a blacksmith. One is judicial law. They all kind of go into that. Yeah, exactly. Strategist. Gia's calligraphy. Dusk is art. Dusk isn't art. Dusk is paintings, more like it. She's also kind of involved with the calligraphy, but she is in ink painting. Ling is alcohol. Yu is culinary arts. I can't remember exactly what book it comes from. Nian is a blacksmith. You forget that. You forget that that's her specialization. There's also textiles for one of them. Who was he supposed to be? Because I actually don't know what he's supposed to stand for, now that I think about it. And if that's all, I'll return to the Skymere Pavilion. And Nian is just a little guy. No. The one that's in the garden. Very well. Be careful. So this is the strategist. And that's why he's always playing Wei Chi. Wang? Architect, that's what it is, thank you. Are you alright? I'm fine. Wang, did you? Silence. They have grown used to this tactic understanding between them, in the long centuries that they've spent together. Jia clearly sees the emotion in his eyes. Flames of fury, well hidden, but burning nonetheless. It happened a century ago. I still remember the conflict that occurred because of the riding knife. What is it that you want me to see this time? It really is. I thought you would change recklessly into the dream and tear it apart. You call yourself a schemer. Did you not see how the seeds of the end were already sown? The hearts of men are fickle. I don't need you to tell me. So you do not interfere with my power struggle against the true lung. Does it matter that you know? You dug your own grave. I don't need to do anything. Besides, you've not seen the full picture of how the events led to her ultimate demise. The end is near. Are you ready? I'm not! Oh, I'm not! Oh, we're gonna go back to, like, Effie's favorite character, Chen. Ryan! Yes. I think I got the names confused. But yes, G is textiles. Which is why he's always surrounded with those long curtains. Bro, I just got here! Welcome in! Also, welcome King of Sarkaz. When does Spot show up? I know he's your favorite character. I know you're a big fan of the furries, but I'm sorry to break it to you. Oh, he's absolutely a merchant. Alright. Alright, here you go, just for Effie. I'm gonna piss him off and he's gonna leave. I'm sorry, Effie, don't abandon me! The man walks past the rows of fallen bookshelves, trying to return the scattered books to where they should be. The earth blessing has granted the stone to its people. The heavens blessing shall bring an end to Sui. In 1,000 years river history, it is fate ordained by heaven and earth, or nothing more than a coincidence. Lord Zoa, Miss Chen. It was they who brought the token of the Skymere Pavilion today. Was it a coincidence? Or this mayhem? What happened? Someone joins him, stepping lightly, and bends down to pick up a book from the ground. Mr. Liang. Oh, are we gonna have flirting again? Oh, good luck at your exam. I hope you do well. Thank you. Miss Ning, why are you still here? Did you forget that I'm an official of the Ministry of Rights? Neither of us should leave until all the civilians have been evacuated. You are quite right. Is the evacuation of the civilians complete? Essentially. Baizhou will soon separate. 'Tis upsetting, is it not? Perhaps you wanted to ask how I knew you were here, when you did not tell me about your demotion. It rained through the night yesterday. I only fear that you may be cold. Yeah, I'm sure that's what you worry about. The man clears a little spot for the two of them to sit down. It's been quite a long time since I last visited the Skymere Pavilion. I suppose you used to frequent here. As did all the students of the academy. I had a headache whenever I looked up at the books stacked all the way up to the ceiling. But now, I find here a place of rare peace, away from the troubles beyond. Cole, welcome in! I heard about Mr. Ning. You have my deepest sympathies. My grandfather did what he felt was right. Me too. I think they're like my favorite NPC couple. Although we don't have many, to be honest. He would keep the secret for so long out of selfish interest. He did it to protect the younger generation too. I cannot reproach him, whether the reason or sentiment. Of course, he must also pay the price for his deeds. I see you have laid it down. I am glad to see it. They're not ears! What are you talking about? My horns are like my actual ears. What are you talking about, man? Is this the past or the future? I lost track of time in the story. Currently we are in the present. The past, so basically the way that it goes is it has two different lines of timelines and then they converge. This one is with Chen, which means present day. Perhaps you misunderstand. I do not mean that I could lay it down easily. I cannot deny my career benefit greatly from my grandfather's influence. Those on the outside would undoubtedly say that the House of Ning has fallen on hard times. Oh, okay, yeah. I don't, they're really cute. I don't disagree with that. I read that as sin. My bad. That's on me. I'm being self-centered. I cannot say this to anyone but you, Mr. Liang. You should not say that. I don't feel any of your honors are undeserved. I trust you. What if you're the only one? I know, right? My bad. My ego is too big. It's over. Exactly. My grandfather said once that has passed the walls of the palace. One must not trust in others easily, and certainly not expect to be trusted easily. Exactly, it's over. This is where you guys find out that it was all my ego all along. Head too big for her horns? Exactly. It's the way that I can lift the big horns. I listened, but it seems that I forgot about it when I met you in Shangshu. I simply believe that I found a kindred spirit. You flatter me. You've always been like this. I admire your honesty and your sense of responsibility. But I hate how you make decisions by yourselves and keep other people at a distance. Why do you keep making me shorter, Arson? By the end of, like, when the day eventually comes that I'm like, I'm sorry guys, this is my last stream, Arson's gonna be in here being like, yeah, she's only 6 inches tall. You should have known all along. That pineapple juice is good. But then I realized you would not be Liang Shun if everything you did was not to my liking. Horns for days. Real. I could no more reproach you than I could have reproached my father. I once thought that all I needed to do was to be fair, honest, diligent, and preserving. There's a different... Wait, look. Little guy is a way of being. You can be the tallest person in the world and be a little guy. You don't do gameplay in these streams because people would realize you gotta run from key to key on your keyboard. You know, it doesn't help that as is, every now and then I complain about my keyboard being too big. It's over. I'm never escaping the allegations. But the years have taught me how powerless I am. Your grandfather was right. But even more frightful is the thought that I could not even trust myself to keep aspirations and ideals. Hands the size of Tic Tacs? Oh. It's over. It's enough to stab one popcorn? I feel like if I stabbed anything with my horns, I'd get stuck. Like, it's over. The second I do that, I'm just gonna be stuck with that for the rest of my life. Or like, if I do it on a big enough food, just get stuck there forever. Oh, I might need to draw that now. She's just big enough to lobster fork guys, for real, for real. Look, man. I did say that the centers are emergency food sources. That being said, if I'm small, what would that make you guys? I would not claim that everything I did was honest and upright, but you should not be involved in the ones that were not. It's my turn to comfort you in the words clear conscience. You and I have done all we could, following the path of justice we believed in. Molecular guys? Oh. You're happy to be zooplankton? Oh, this is where you guys are now. Have you seen the babe that play? Are you talking about Karen, the PC? I think that's her name. We're just voices in your head gaslighting you about the story stage for now. Hey, well, I will say this. Thank you for keeping track of which one I'm in. Perhaps we are ultimately powerless to change anything. Perhaps this entire city would be no more than sunrises tomorrow. And then, here and now, at least, my conscience is clear. Just make out already, please! The night is deep. The ancient library has kept some old rules. All is quiet, except for the passage of time. They hold each other's hand tightly in their own. What is with this slow burn romance? Just fuck already! Oh my god! The desolate pond lies wrinkled by the wind. Beneath the crumbling eaves, no voices remain. No one can still recall those days of green sashes and red plumes in their splendor. I hope! I'll buy the room for you guys! Please! I'm begging you! The script guys seem to be appearing less frequently. Could it be that you were right and these guys were breathing in the bestial suey? I told you so. You just wouldn't believe me. I want them to. It's their love life. They can do whatever. What love life? Strat. This is like the slowest burn. They've barely touched hands. I don't care what they do as long as they do something. I want them to be together so bad. Whatever the reason. There's our opportunity to head for the top. So this is the Skymirror's Pavilion's restricted area. What are you planning? These guys turn back into words when they're defeated. Say, if they were transformed from stricken tomes of Skymirror Pavilion, would defeating them reveal the secrets of Yun that were usually kept hidden? Exactly, Junk! This is... Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, no! It's just a historical drama romance. The girly pops, if that story was on its own, the girly pops would eat that alive. Like, they would adore that. And instead we just get glimpses of it and the entire time, like, please, just go for it already. Oh my god, Nathan! Now, keys! You dare? No sudden moves! Let me see what secrets from the words form. Sang, tu, ku, shuo. What is this? Makes no sense. Top 3 floors of the Skymirror Pavilion are off limits. We only enter because we have an important mission. Refrain from doing anything unnecessary. Huh. You still will admit that you're already in on this. God! Please just let them be together. Your deceptive words mean nothing. I know what I'm doing. There's a lot that you don't know. This building began as a public library, one of the first buildings to be completed after Baizhou became a nomadic city. But there's no such thing as a restricted area at the time. Then, 120 years ago, the death of a proxy affected tons of history books, causing their text to become unreadable. The Sui Regular wanted to dig deep, but the number of books was enormous, so the Skymere Pavilion set them aside as space top of the Sui Regular's research. Decades pass. When the discussion of the terminal had been almost settled, the place became a warehouse for dusty old books. Some restricted zone. Why would it be sealed up from public view if it held any actual knowledge? Okay, but like, man doesn't even really try. He's just there. You do know a lot. Just a little bit more than you. The things you speak of should not be secret to Sui regulators. It disconnected for a second. I'm not sure if it disconnected for you guys. Uh-oh. 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 Are we back? It did it twice. Are we back? We good? Okay, okay. Yeah, it alerted me that it disconnected. We're gonna continue? I don't know what happened because it didn't drop any frames. It just randomly dropped the stream twice. Don't know what that was about. Let's pretend it didn't happen. You mean Young Chingpeng? Yeah, that's the name, I think. He couldn't fight his way out of a wet paper bag, and it looked like a stiff wind could blow him over. But he was a quick thinker. Talking to him was kind of interesting. Yeah, mail on stream. That's what happened. Why don't you learn a thing or two from him? I know Yun's smart. I don't need you to lecture me. Now you start to drop the official tone and sound like a human being. Why did you join the Shanghai Zhou Moyi? What answer do you want to hear? You want me to tell you that I had a difficult childhood, drifted into the Shanghai Zhong, and I'm looking for a chance to repent and mend my ways? Doesn't that sound a little cliche? I wasn't... Say whatever you want. Of course. The Shanghai Zhong who murder and pillage are villains. They deserve to die. But I hate hypocrites even more. Those people who look like they'll die if they stop flaunting their high and mighty morals for a single moment. They think they're better than everyone else the moment they come out of their mama's tummy. Frauds. What I really want to know is, why are you so sure that the thing from the Garden of Grotesqueries will stop a war between Yan and Sui? Wait, really? No way, man. You thought just a tomboy or something? No, that's a dude. You've been with the Sui Regular for a while. Have you never wondered about their most closely guarded secret? Why did that proxy die? Look like it's not that you're not curious. It's that curiosity yielded no answers. That's the problem, isn't it? Why would this have become a secret if the Sui Regular was really so just and upright? Ah, there's the double Chen. What's the matter? No, it's nothing. Did you not hear any of that? You're so weird. You've been staring into blank spaces for a while now. Did those guys give you a concussion? Don't suppose there's anything I can do about that. Thanks. I'm not quite... I just feel like... I've been here before. You said you dreamt about this place before. Were you dreaming just now? Perhaps. I thought I heard two people arguing. Something about justice, but I'm not sure. You must be hearing things. It's mostly ancient books here. Maybe there's a clue as to what's going on here, but justice? That's one thing you won't find. They seem to be saying that justice doesn't exist tangibly. That's true enough. Never mind that. Let's get searching. Maybe you'll find your father's books here. His books here? Talk about forgetting one's roots. But I suppose it's not your fault. You didn't grow up in Baizhou, and these things really don't have anything to do with you. I thought you'd be angrier at me. I am angry, but I should realize I shouldn't take it out on you. Never mind. Miss Lee Morse from Baizhou Suiqing. Yes, this one dates back several generations. The people rejoiced that the new emperor took the throne. They put up white banners like clouds and held rites in remembrance of the previous emperor's virtue. But their hearts were hopeful, confident that the era of greatness was upon us, and that the nation's peace secure. This is from a century ago, when the last true Long took the throne. It does. I enjoy that you can clearly tell that these two are related, but at the same time, it's not one of those copy and paste situations. That's a long time ago. Does that have anything to do when we were investigating? The last true Long's accomplishments were innumerable. The transformation of Baizhou into nomadic city, as well as the Skymere Pavilion, were completed under his decree. Not that either of us were around back then, though I suppose he would be your grandfather. Chen, nothing will take over a Saberface. There's no way. We would need so many Chen faces for a Saberface competition. And not only that, they wouldn't even be related to each other. They'd just be like characters that look like Chen. Chen isn't that girl. She can never be that girl. Look at this forward. Talk about sucking up to the powerful. The county records from around Baizhou and the demographic records of Baizhou itself all paint a picture that's far less rosy. In the end, only one person's accomplishments remain. Same old story no matter where you are, I guess. This is kind of strange to hear from a close-blood relative of that emperor. When the city of Baizhou was completed, the emperor ordered the tomes of all the archives to be gathered in a single place. The scholars worked by candlelight, collecting fragments and tales, validating the facts and compiling them, so that scattered records could be whole again. Wait, two Chens? This is her cousin Chen. This is Chen Qiaoqian. That's strange. The Imperial Record Cabinet's efforts to collect the scattered histories happened to the death of Proxy, more than a decade before Baizhou was built. Where's the third one? In Enfield. But the ambiguous way it's written, two older generations are always stingent about scholarships. Why would they make such a mistake? Could it be that even what the little was left behind was altered and rewritten? Chan Huche is not listening to her companion's muttering. She is on guard for any unusual movements around them. She wanted to tell Chen Qiaoqian to get moving, but she has a hard time saying it, seeing the sad look on Chen Qiaoqian's face. I never asked you. What happened to your family? The ones who were in Baizhou? The Chens were a family of historians. They were well regarded, but not illustrious. They generally stayed out of the conflict and politics, or the occasional offense that they inevitably caused in the course of their work as historians. All I remember is that my father said it was as though the sky had fallen when the family learned about the marriage arrangements with the princess. That cousin was the only unmarried man in the family. He, and everyone else, knew how dangerous it was, but they were in no position to refuse. The rest was history. Princess Yangjing died in Lungmen, and my cousin passed away soon after. His Imperial Majesty did not punish our family, but rumors of strife took the life of their own. You can imagine what happened to us when everyone decided that our house had mistreated the princess. That's not what Mother wanted. I doubt it was Wei Yangwu's intention either. I was very young then. All I saw was the elders were always sighing when they came back from the morning assembly. Many fell ill out of sheer worry. My brothers and sisters stopped communicating with one another. Everything was shrouded in gloom, and I don't know why. My father moved from place to place, selling off the family's belongings, until we finally left Baiza altogether. Yet he never once told me the reason. As for what happened after, you know, there was a time after becoming Magistrate of Water here in the Skymere Pavilion, when I thought I couldn't let the family tradition of history die with me. I can't complain about the job. Most of the position responsibilities had been replaced with machines anyway. My colleagues, while not the friendliest lot, had been little interest in political backstabbing. I had time on my hands, so I thought I would start with my family's history. Was it because the Magistrate of Water's rank was too low? I felt like I'd stumbled into a thick fog, getting more lost with every step I took. I knew my family didn't do anything wrong, but all the records I could find denounced us for our arrogance, our abuses. I tracked down the ones that were still alive, tried to ask them what they knew, but they couldn't get away fast enough when they learned that I'm the Chen family and the Chao generation. The few who were willing to see me said a bunch of apologetic words in officialese, but refused to tell me anything about the truth of what happened. I spent 10 years on this until I even started to believe it myself, that the House of Chen deserved what it got for mistreating the princess. But I know it wasn't true! What am I? What is the House of Chen? What are your dead parents? What is history? All I know is that history should be recorded for the truth. That's what justice means to me. Doxxing. As for the family history you wanted to know, to tell you the truth, my parents died when I was very young. I don't remember much about them. And Wei Yunwu was Wei Yunwu. It's hard for me to explain to people who my parents were. Sometimes I pass off the image of Wei Yunwu as my father's, just to make things simple. I don't even remember my mother smiling. I don't remember many positive things about my father. I just can't imagine how it feels. To have your life determined entirely by other people, by those baseless things of like the responsibility and honor. It's not fair to you. It's not fair to them. Is life fair and just to anyone? Someone once said to me that justice we seek is not in the past, but that does not mean we should forget about it. Alright. Oh, yes, Strat. If you are watching really quickly. So, 1, 3, 6, and 8 are all about the present. And then 1, 4, 5, and 7 are all about the past. And I don't want to know how they're going to connect to T9. I'm guessing it's going to be Wang and the dragon in present day. But, that's how they're linking together. Yeah, it's a cool way of making the nodes themselves. And I appreciate how they separate them like that. Because I do know that in past ones we've had different scenarios where things are jumping back and forth. So having that visual as well to know what you're getting into, I think was a very good way of doing it. The aging general stands silently like a tent, like a brick on the ancient wall. Behind him is the military map that he has drawn 1,000 times in his mind. Before him is the faint silhouette of Baizhou. The rain of the heartland is unfamiliar to the one used in the sands of the frontier. The clouds hang low, suffocating so. I thought you thought it was like they were shaped of a knife. That is an actual interesting way to think about it. I didn't think about it that way at all. I do think that because it starts off with one that connects it, that separates it from being a knife. But I think it's more diverging into from the past and the present. Especially if it was talking about how we have little time before Jia passes. I think that's when we're going to stop reliving the past. The general's thoughts drift away. Oh no! You're the new commander of Yemen, I take it. You can call me Shua. My responsibility is to sit you military manners, as well as kung fu instructor for the soldiers. I can take you around the base if you like. You don't remember me? I saw your name in the Imperial Court's announcement. What do you mean by remember? Never mind. I don't need a guide. I served in Yemen before. I see. Forget my impudence. It seems we're old comrades. Memories tend to fade after all these years on the border. Forgive me if I've caused any offense. Memories faded. I see. Interesting. Get yourself warmed up. I want to spar. You've had a long journey. You should rest. I would be happy to spar with you another day. I don't need to rest. I want to get some exercise before dinner. We should go no further, General. The supply lines and the troops' morale have been stretched to its limit. We cannot afford the recklessness of fighting demons. To push forward is to be very risky. We're so close. It's already a remarkable victory, General. The demons of the north feed on the fear of men's heart. It's the first time I've seen General press on without fear, even with entire armies fade upon your shoulders. There is nothing to fear. These things have harmed our people, ruined cities and farms. I only wish we could wipe them out in this battle. Give me 20 years. I swear, I will see all the demons wiped out. I have no doubt you will, sir. I doubt anything under the heavens could doubt you. What about you? You seem indomitable, invincible. Have you ever been afraid? Transfer? My appointment to Human was for 100 years. It's time to leave. And the Sui regulator didn't tell me anything about this personal change? They're getting more and more out of line. But why are you leaving now? Trouble's stirring the Northwest. We need you more than ever. Perhaps our time together made you forget. I've never held any official position in Human. Where are you going? Danyan? Michu? I think I'll be stepping away, fully, from my responsibilities. Why? Communication from the can holders watching the Tomb of Sui had become increasingly frequent. Its awakening approaches. It would not be appropriate for me to shoulder the impact responsibilities at this time. But Human is strong and well equipped. It will perform its duty well, whether protecting Great Yan's northwestern border or any other purpose. Where are you going after you leave? The Jiangho world is big. There's plenty of places to go. Why are we getting Old Man Yowie? Why do we have Old Man Yowie? Report. Have the scouts returned? Not yet, sir. And we've received no instructions from Bai Zhao in the past 3 days. The Sui regulator should be communicating with Human, regardless of what is happening in the Tomb of Sui. Send out messengers! Sir, they're forcing their way in! What is the meaning of this? General Zhou. It is most irregular to invade my tent like this, even for the military supervisor censor. On whose orders are you operating? The Grand Commandant has sent me to question you on an unnecessary delay. Ridiculous. Human has been on full alert since it received the order to mobilize. There has been no delay. Have you forgotten that Human received orders to arrive by Zhao by the last day of July at the beginning of the year, but arrived 3 days late? What is this if not a delay? Human was struck by catastrophe at the beginning of the year, but the repairs took 2 months. The Imperial Courts must have known. Silence! I take responsibilities for Human's delay. Did you come to strip me of my command, then? You know the Grand Commandment thinks highly of you. But it seems now that they do not trust the Grand Commandment. Such words are inappropriate for a solemn place like this. Kindly instruct Yumin to travel 20 li in the direction of the Tumasui. Yumin's already close as is allowed under the standby. Why should we approach any closer? The situation of Tumasui is yet unclear. Are you saying that Yumin should attack? Your duty is to obey. There is no need to question. Okay. What is Imperial Majesty's will? Are you questioning your orders, General Joel? I cannot abide such questionable orders. If you will not accept your orders, then I must ask you to leave this tent. How dare you! Stop. My presence here represents the will of the Great Commandant. All you need to do is obey. Even if His Imperial Majesty questions, he will find no fault in your actions. The bestial Su is awakening. War is inevitable. Do you still intend to defy orders and paralyze Yumin with inaction? We are in a crisis. There are millions of lives unhinging your decision, including your wife and son who are in Baizhou City. How dare you? Not us. You, General. According to the estimates of the Ministry of War, Baizhou will be doomed as long as you continue to defy orders, and Yumin remains unmoving. There is no time. We will wait here until we have come to a decision. Yeah, I can see why we're getting close to everything merging together. Ah! In the present! Boom, 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 boom. Does it look familiar? Oh! It has changed. But its record was the court that judges all matters under heaven. Why have you come back at this time, when you've not done so for so many years? There's a different Chen! Unrelated Chen, because there's so many Chens. I have an appointment I cannot miss. But you took the time to come to the Judicial Review Office. Did you want to see if your successors have disappointed you? My views are insignificant. The Judicial Review Office should only think not disappointing the people of Yen. One of the duties of ministry resigned recently. It's a shame. You would have liked her. I hope she did not resign because she was disappointed. Hard to say. Do you still play the Jukjin? Never forget the 5 sounds, for that they ensure the proper virtue. I have also been trying a new instrument recently. I see. More pleasant than studying the laws of Yen, I expect. I do like how she's both music and law. I don't know why, but like, that kind of fits together in a nice way. It's an interesting discipline. I read the basic principles of law Yen that you left behind many times, but I can never understand the last third. I spent so much time studying it that I almost failed my Ministry of Justice entrance exam. Maybe I would have become a candle holder. It took many years for me to understand. The justice that you wrote that lay beyond the mortal realm. Just as one cannot draw what one has never seen, one cannot write about conscience that does not exist in the hearts. If justice is nowhere to be seen in the mortal realm, then one must consider, has someone blinded our eyes? You still bear a grudge for what happened back then. Should I not? What about the people who died in the turmoil? The innocent souls who were dragged in the game? Should they bear a grudge against him? Yes, they should. Yeah, but her being represented by those two feels right, if that makes sense. I know it's more of a hobby than it is her occupation itself, but it feels correct. Then how do you seek a fair judgment for it? You forget. No one law of Yen was written in the sole purpose of resolving hatred. It is someone else who should be judged. Looks like you're not worried about what will happen to your brother in the Tomb of Sui. You're more worried about the judgment he'll receive. Justice has never been considered with life and death. He and I seek different things. You're right, but at a time like this, I can't help but feel. Law and regulations were written by humans, but the supreme law in your heart that transcends the strife of the mortal realm may never be found there. But just this once, if the time comes when we put a sinner on trial, I will put you in the judge's chair. You're correct. And it's been a long time since I judged anyone. I take my leave. There's no rush, is there? Join me in a cup of the mortal tea before you leave. No. It takes mortal hands to make and serve the best mortal tea, after all. That's cute. Oh. We're getting closer. The Sky Mirror Pavilion is bigger than I thought. That's a sealed room on the top of the floor, right? How about someone knocks on the doors and figures out how to open it? There's no one here. I think we're first. There is one thing I don't quite understand, Joelle. If the Grand Commandant is the proxy's relic, I take it he knows how to neutralize the bestial Sui. He's one of the 3 Grand Ministers. If he made plans to obtain it, then he has certainly made plans to use it. I even find myself wondering, if someone takes the opportunity to erase another proxy's name with a writing knife while Wang is fighting Sui. But what does that have to do with Wei Yanwu? The Grand Commandant wouldn't have need of the writing knife if he was that powerful. He could have gone into the Tomb of Sui and killed Sui with his own bare hands. What ideas do you have, then? I don't really care about you or your official stuff. But I have plenty good idea of what's going on after listening to you guys talk. Basically, the Crown Prince who went missing 40 years ago after being suspected of staging a coup is back. Am I right? Do not speak of it so casually. I'm not wasting my time arguing with you. Basically, there's another direct descendant of the True Lung here in Baizhou. That explains everything. What are you getting at? Have you never heard the special regium under Baizhou used to suppress Sui? Miss Chen here is from Lungmen, so it's understandable if she doesn't know. But you two should. Unless it's above your rank. Do you mean the Earth's blessing has granted this stone to its people? The Heaven's blessing shall bring an end to Sui. A legend associated with the Great Hunt. I thought it was a myth. Maybe some kind of allegory. All I know is the Tomb of Sui was built around a special facility. Alright, I guess you don't know. Why do you know? I guess the Sui Regular left no record of who gave Yan this Origium either. You want to be held like Mo Yi holding the Chud Dragon statue? Strat. Strat. Come on, man. That's all I can say. It was our Grandmaster, Ju's first friend, the first Shanghai Zhong. To be precise, it was a personal gift to the True Lung, meaning... Did I stutter? You know what? At least you're owning up to it. What happened? Looks like the evacuation of civilians is complete, and the plates are beginning to separate. Oh, she is a beautiful creature. Oh my god. Incredibly pleasing. I'm not arguing with that. Time is short. We need to retrieve. So you really made it here. Who's... A figure approaches from the other side of the corridor. You? But how could it be? You know what I just noticed? We haven't had many, like, special artworks. Have we had any special artworks? Like, we've had backgrounds. It's all been characters, though. I'm trying to think back. Maybe I'm forgetting some? All districts have been fully evacuated, Your Imperial Majesty. And all ministries are ready. They await your command. Oh, I guess we've had one of them arguing. And use restaurant, but that's all I can think of. There'll be lots coming up. Okay, good, good. Maybe that's what we're saving up for. Tomorrow's the day of the full moon. Yes. Very well. Separate the plates. That is really cool to see. No talk of Originium until now. I think this is the first time we talk about Originium in the Sui stories. I do like how they all, like, kind of split off of the octagon. So there's 9 plates total. That's actually really cool to see. Heaven and earth rumble in the setting golden sun. The plates of Baizao begin to separate, starting from the outer areas, casting numerous shadows in the vast wilderness. They are the legs that carry the city, and the foundation of its existence. Shanshui, Changjie, Yangho, Xianji, Duanfeng, Baiju, Zaifu, Bingji, Bingchilin. Posted in general gaming. Oh man. The 8 districts have 100 springs and autumns together. Oh, they're separating even more. They have long been standing united, overcoming hardships. Now that they're separated, the future is uncertain. You didn't know that? John Cena's always been canon. I was wondering where you would come. Your Imperial Majesty. It is time. Oh! True Longboard's Iron Lung? Punchy, your jokes, they're getting worse. Okay. Thankfully, it's only been an hour 15. We are in a very Chinese time of our lives. Okay. We're gonna continue TA7. Let's see if we can finish it. Because if we can finish it, then tomorrow I can probably have... Honestly, we'll see how it goes. But if I'm able to finish TA7, we can do these, and then we probably will have a short stream for this. Hydration break. I am more than halfway through my tea. I have 2/3 of my pineapple juice. And I have a lot of water still. I've been hydrating at the same time, no worries. I feel like if we don't hydrate often, like, as is, my voice dies towards the end of stream. Could you imagine if I didn't, like, take sips in between things? I will say, my pineapple water is in this, like, glass cup with a glass straw. And because it's, like, the entire pineapple blended, like, pulp and all, every now and then it's struggling. Green Thai tea. I actually haven't had green Thai tea. I didn't know that was a thing. Let me check this out. Doesn't hurt to take a little bit of break. Green Thai tea. Ooh. I might try this. I might have to try this. It's brewed from green tea leaves and flavored with jasmine, vanilla, and pandan. It's made by steeping Thai tea mix, adding sweetened condensed milk and topping with... Ooh! I might have to try that. Also, let me see the chat photo. Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about, the little guy. Salt. I guess salt would make it sweeter. That is a future sin. Tea project. Oh yeah. Gotta add both of them. Okay. Let's continue. We still have plenty more to do. Oh, no, no. Oh, no! Guys! This is the last one in the past! Oh, no! This is the last one in the past! Okay. Let's do this. I didn't know about that, about the salt. I know salt is very good in, like, a lot of baked goods and all that for that reason, and it makes perfect sense. But I never thought about adding it to tea. 20 years is a long time. Yen has moved to an entire city, onto a nomadic platform. Other nomadic cities like it are popping up across the land. The Skymere Pavilion has been expanded several times in order to accommodate the books collected from far and wide, transforming it beyond recognition. 20 years is a short time. Our family rarely saw one another. Shuo and Ling remain on the border. June is planning to move to Danyan after complying the laws of Yan. She was living in the Donghuang. Ji and Yi traveled far and wide, each for their own reasons, while Yan is as carefree as ever. Rumor has it that Fang left Yenny's territory. Fang left Yen? Oh! No wonder we haven't seen Fang! Fang has left behind the Chinese time of their life! Dusk refuses to come out of her scroll. Meanwhile, business as usual restaurant is booming, as it has been for decades. So, Wang hasn't been talked about. Neither has it been for Jie. But everybody else, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, yeah, actually, no. Basically, everyone's been talked about. Okay. As for Wang, he shut himself in an ancient temple and remains there for 20 years to improve his Wei Chi skills. He became a girl. Could you imagine that, like, Fang's a shapeshifter and this entire time we've had Fang? I know that's not gonna happen, but could you imagine? Why don't we be willing to see me again? Jia? The Imperial Sword Cabinet wants an update on the review of Jiangqi's local chronicles. Oops, he cut me slacking off. You wouldn't even be surprised? That would be very wild. Honestly, that reveal would go insane. It's alright. I've already taken a look of it and circled all the issues. Do you want to take another look? When did... You really should get some rest. It's getting to you. I've been watching you work long hours and sleep less year after year. Aetho, welcome in! Also, never have to apologize for that. Just please take care of yourself. Oh, absolutely. Punchy, I will fight you. Those are fighting words. You're insulting my favorite game. All the local novels, the construction chronicles, the variable records of the previous True Lung, ancient history books for the academy. I feel overworked. All I do is organize the books for you. I've heard the Ministry of Work's request has been dropping, and Shu's workload at the Donghua is no longer as heavy. What did you miss? A lot. I don't even know. Strat, if you could give him, like, or anybody here, really, if you can give him a, like, Cliff Notes version of what we've already done. But the burden on your shoulders doesn't even seem to get lighter. Gia? Huh? Sorry, I got distracted. You're right. I guess I'm tired. I should set this work aside for now. Do I look like I remember all that? Okay, so in the past... No, it's okay, it's okay. In the past, everything's being moved to the pneumatic plate. Gia's stolen knife was taken by the True Lung and then returned through the, what's it, candle holders? Or sweet regulars, my bad. All of that's going on because they are terrified of Gia's power. Everything that Gia has made basically cannot be altered. However, in present day, it is now all unreadable, and it is now in like 3 floors that are confined because nobody understands it, and it's been completely destroyed since Gia has passed. Nobody in the main crew really knows what happened to Gia and why this has been kept a secret. It's also talked about Chen's family from the Chen clan, and basically describing about after the princess's death, they all went on to fight and be separated because their entire reputation got damaged because they were blamed for the mistreatment of the princess. So her cousin is kind of upset about that, but she doesn't really blame Chen. She just doesn't think it's fair. It's very clear that history has been slightly rewritten by her grandfather, Chen's grandfather, I mean, since nobody knows what happened to her and what's going on. Yeah, we got the couple again. Mo Yi is the only one that really knows what's going on there. And the reason she does is because the Hanshang Zong, or however you pronounce it, or whatever you say it, they're the ones who gave the Reginium that keeps the Sui in check to Baijiao. Gintama, welcome in! Did you get the unemployed dragon? Absolutely. Got them day 1, so in case you don't know, I love all the dragon siblings. They're all my husband and wives, except for you, who's a homie. He's just a homie. But I was ready to hit pity. He came home within 110 rolls. I'm happy with that. I actually got another Chen this morning as well. So now I have 2 Chens and I have 1 Wing. Yeah, it's a lot of building up. More than anything. Yeah, I got him, thankfully. Okay, look. You guys may judge the ritual, but the ritual only went wrong. Actually, I don't think I did it with Exo-Alter. The ritual has not gone wrong. Alright, let's get back to the story. You're right. I guess I'm tired. I should set this work aside for now. Good. How about we go for a walk in town? No, not today. I don't think I'm in the mood. But if you see anything interesting in town, bring some back for me. It always does, okay? It brings everybody in. You want a Sparker, but the next banner's really enticing? Who's the next banner? Let me check that out really quickly. Because I'm not rolling for any non-limited for a minute. Oh, but that's the next limited. That banner is still 4 or 5 months away, isn't it, Gintama? I thought that was gonna be after, Yeah, we have 3 months before the next limited, and then we have the Orchid Monhunt a month after that. So I thought we had 4 months. Am I wrong? Are we getting to next month? Candleholder Chun. Yes, that's me. What's the matter? But you have 4 months to recover it. I don't know. Maybe it's because, like... Maybe I shouldn't encourage that. You know what? I get it. I get it. You do whatever you think is safe. The advantage of collab ones, though... Will Orchid spark at 120? Or is it still 300? Because I thought for collab, it's at Pity is at 120. I have an urgent letter for you. Yeah, 120. Okay. For me? From who? Except there's a great character. My goal is to have every limited operator. I can't have every operator. I know that much. I can't do that. I don't have the, like, money for that. Maybe one day, but, like, definitely don't have the money for that. But my goal is to have every limited. You're mostly pulling for wifey? Absolutely, go for it. Someone had sent a letter to the Sui regulator. The supervisor was shocked by its contents forwarded to Its Majesty, as well as every candle holder who deals with the proxies directly. What's in this? I do not know. The supervisor's instructions for you are to be ready, but to refrain from acting without permission. You're missing laptop right now. Laptop is strong. What's this? The only one I need is Exu Altar. Birth? Fought Shuo, resulting great property damage to its people. Year? Framed a Mandarin for a crime he did not commit in order to recover for one of his own kind. Year? Met with proxies in secret with the Sui Regular's knowledge. The Sui Regulars suffered a fire several months later, the cause of which is unknown. Year? Claimed to kill the bestial Jew, but had in fact allowed it to leave the domain of Yen. Oh, Wang. Yeah, I built Minar for like 1 or 2 stages. But that's it. I think there's just... At this point, like, he's strong, but he's not even the strongest anymore. Yes. Laptop and Chi-Chi are great for that. And then, like, Wizardell is great for half the map. Framing an official, meeting in secret, arson, sheltering a Fairmont? This is about Wang? I mean, absolutely. That's my wife. Why wouldn't you go for my wife? Did Wang really do this? But there's no record in the Sui Regular's archives. You're still here? I have another message from you, Candleholder Chun. Eliminate the great evil before dealing with the culprit. The frightened candleholder hurries back to the Skymere Pavilion and passes by some officials leaving the building. He's just tired old man. Did you hear about Jia? Yeah, she's been throwing her weight around, doing whatever she wants with the history books, and there's no one in the Skymere Pavilion or the Imperial Historical Cabinet who can stop her. It's becoming a real problem. Yeah. He's just there. He doesn't even really want to be there. He just wants to read. Oh. I see 8th. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Well, she's not gonna come back, but you can spark her. Her Her candle holder has been negligent in her duties. She should be held responsible if the history of Yen falls into chaos. The candle turns around and sees two figures leaving quickly. Still unsettled, she picks up the scroll on the left by the Sui regulator. Year? Birth? The candle holder knows that something is not right, but she cannot stop her eyes from following the words. Dude, that's never happening, man. I will say this, so I played day one that Arknights came out. I think I mentioned this, but like I wasn't vibing with it because the tutorials, there were too many tutorials, and I was like, no, we're done. I'm closing this. I closed it, never played it. Years later, I think it was 2 years after that I actually started playing it. Or something like that, maybe a little bit more. Because I was like, you know what? This W girl, I keep seeing art of her and I really like her. And now look at me. Now I'm here forever. Year. Dominating the Skyer Pavilion in the historical cabinet. Her intentions are pure, but no one is able to check her power. Year. The True Long attempts to eliminate Sui to neutralize Gia threat. The tomb of Sui was empty when it was open. Now she's a sarcasm. Roach Enjoyer? Absolutely. Absolutely. Here's the thing, Nathan. It's not even Goon. Like, I genuinely just really like the character design and the entire world building. Because if you tell me, like, especially early on, who's the best operator in general, like, perfect waifu? There's so many characters that I adore, but there's so many on the same level. I know mine was Hoshiguma, which I'm very happy about. For Hoshi to be my first one. And I was disappointed at first because I didn't understand Hoshi. I was like, she's cute, but like, I don't really see her appeal. But then like, as time went on, I was like, oh, no, no, no. This is wife. Year. Imperial Historical Cabinet abolished. Takes control of written language again. No one may oppose her. Year. Reviews the livelihood of every household in the land. Anyone who has committed fraudulent acts in their name erased and is exiled to the borders. Thousands die. Blaze and Dagonbreaker for you? Those are very strong characters, I get it. What artist said about making Enfield art? It's easier to draw him nude rather than full costume? Oh, they're not wrong. It's not real. None of this is true. She's not like that. Several visitors gaze curiously at the woman in the camel garb. Chun wipes the cold sweat off her brow, sees an ordinary book of poems in her hand. It must be possessed. Yes, that's it. She's not like that. Are you sure she'll never become like that? Of course! The frightened candler can no longer tell who is talking to her. She will change as her power continues to grow. She will become it. It? She does not want to become it. She's seeking your help. She does not want to become that. Yen is seeking your help. The ending is unacceptable with Yen. She cannot help but become more powerful, more terrible than Sui Beast itself. You must help her. Only you can help her. I can't. You'll make the choice that is best for everybody. Best for everyone? Wait, who's talking to me? She sees no one, but only the echoes of words ring in her ears. Oh, we're paranoia, Maxine. You can only see it through the stream. It might be because you don't have live chat, you have top chat on, which might be what's going on. Was that the Sui talking to her? It could be. But yeah, there's so many details, it's insane. Your Imperial Majesty. Okay, that's what it was. The young official walks into the magnificent hall. It is her first time there. The supreme sovereign is not sitting on the throne, but standing by the window, gazing at the drizzle outside. You are aware that the Grand Preceptor passed away yesterday. He was your teacher and mine. He recommended you before he died. He said you were his proudest student. They could be trusted with the heavy responsibility. Yeah, I wish it would, like, automatically put it on live chat, but I understand why it doesn't, because there's some streamers where if you had live chat and not top chat, it's over. You're not reading anything. There were changes that I could not have time to ask him, and so I have asked to ask you. I'm listening, Your Majesty. 20 years ago, the Grand Preceptor opposed my decision to build the nomadic cities. He said it was an oppressive policy. My first priority should be to conserve and give the people relief. 20 years have passed since. Saying the Yen borders are secure and its coffee rich. A golden age not seen in 1,000 years. Some say the great Yen is exhausted, and its people discontent. Do you think I was wrong? I am but one person. It is not my place to judge your Imperial Majesty. Yeah. I don't know how, like, mainstream VTubers read all that. It's terrifying to me where they're just going on and you still see them somehow able to read most of it. And it is insane to me. If I were a wealthy merchant enjoying a luxurious life in the Mag City, and I said that you were a great and wise leader, would you consider me an honest counsel? Exactly. Waterfall in chat. That's a great way to put it. If I were a common peasant whose family died in construction projects, and I called you a foolish tyrant with no merit whatsoever, would such criticism be fair and just? I ask your great majesty in return. Is the penny of the future generations that you're concerned about? Or is it something else? Yes. Besh absolutely sent a syntax. Insane. $20 syntax, so his XP, he's gonna be number 1 for a while. Yeah, I think that'd be terrifying to me. Before stream, by the way, like, loading room still. That's just crazy. Yeah, it absolutely is like a raffle. And it's super, I know people get very excited when, like, mainstream VTubers say, like, their names. It's kind of why I'm happy that, like, things are chill here. Because at the same time, you don't have to syntax more. It is okay. It is not a competition. But I do like that, where I can talk to everybody. Is the opinion of the future generation concerned about? Or is it something else? One day. No, we're okay, we're okay. You have a way with words. Very well, I will not ask you to judge. Instead, give me a word of advice in your teacher's place. He once said that's something that has stayed with me my entire life. In worldly turmoil we tread, in our own conscience we trust. Expand sins with Utage. You just want more Utage art. You're still Wangless? I'm sending you good jujus. You will get Wang before the banner is up. I've had one person do it, and I'm still baffled. I still don't know what to say. Even an ordinary peasant has a hard time finding a fair and imperial judgment in the complex affairs of a lifetime, let alone your majesty. It's okay, you can make it, you can make it. Who's that? I believe it was Silent who did that. There is no measure by which your deeds can be judged. In your heart, however, I am sure that your conscience holds true measure. In our own conscience we trust. What if my conscience tells me that I've never been wrong? Then you would not have been summoned me today. I would simply remind you that the people of Yan can see you, even if they do not know you. but it would take effort if you wish. From within the Forbidden City, to see the people clearly, and thus see the good and the ill of your own actions. I'll remember that. I'll remember it for the 20 years to come, if I have them. The Grand Preceptor's assessment of his own students is well justified. Report to the Ministry of Rights tomorrow. Your Pure Majesty honors me. You got this. It's okay. It's okay. You can still make it. You have what? Like 9 more days? Something like that. Oh no, today's Wednesday. Like 8 more days. No, Tuesday. 9 more days. 9 more days. We have 9 more days. Nathan Burrito. The tired Drew Lung walks back to the throne. There's a letter of indictment on his desk. It was sent by the Sui regulator. In worldly turmoil we tread. In our own conscience we trust. A life measured in years, yet the stress feels ancient. Let future generations judge my deeds as they will, but the bane of Yen must not be left to the future. Come. Yes, Your Majesty. Ready the troops. We shall open the Tomb of Sui. Oh, these idiots. These absolute buffoons. Another long, tiring day. The proxy returns to the familiar temple and casts his gaze away Chi-board in the corner as his habit. One glass all it takes to notice that something's not right. Someone's been here. The Wei Chi-board is empty, except for a simple object in the middle, though it is dark in the room and he cannot see what it is. As he approaches, he sees that placed is at the top is a ripe white ginkgo seed. That ginkgo sample was planted in the spring of this year. The Ministry of Work swore an oath in this hall several days ago that the rebuilding of Baizhou in the Magic City will be complete before the tree bears fruit. 20 years. That is the time you have. Immortality has made you arrogant. Perhaps you've forgotten that mortals do not have many 20 years. Yan cannot wait, and neither can I. You need not press. I've long intended the same. Oh. If you truly found a path, tell me, and I'll come with you. Our chances would be better that way. Just tell me what the chances are. You can use me however you want. I'll be happy to give you my life. But do you really know what you're doing? This game should have been doomed. How can the part defeat the whole? How can one kill oneself and survive? Who is the True Lung? The True Lung is basically the Emperor of Yen. So currently it is a family member of Chen. And the Crown Prince is Wei Yen Wu, or whatever his name is. Which is her uncle. So in this time, this is Chen's grandfather. But he saw the only way out for all of them. He will supplant it. Perhaps there will come a day when our strength exceeds its. Then we can truly break free of its influence and live as ourselves. As long as we don't forget who we are, of course. The strategist is ready. He has no equal in the land when it comes to Wei Qi and scheming. This is the self that anchors him, and the strength that he has built for 1,000 years. All he faces are broken remains of slumbering mind. He must not lose this game. It's been a long time. The arrogant, the movable, I. Return to this dark tomb for the first time in 1,000 years bring back countless emotions. Anger, frustration, shame. As he steps inside, He feels himself chilled to the bone. No. No! This is impossible. How? How could you have already awakened? Oh! There he is! We're gonna go for it. We're gonna go for it. I'm not being stopped. I'm going before I can be stopped. Damn, it's just a sword. How could this be screwed up? Getting rusty? The smith scratches her head in confusion and takes another steel ingot from storage. Autumn is wet this year. It's suffocating. Something doesn't feel right. Are we gonna see dusk? Impossible. This is impossible. It is awakening? Worried screech. An angry cloud has appeared on the calm scroll. A crack of thunder leaves an ink trail on the white scroll, looking decidedly out of place. I'm telling you! Nyan does stuff! I mean, she's a silly little guy. She's carefree, but she does stuff. Why didn't you pat the little guy? Because I'm kind of like... I know what's coming. And I didn't even think about patting him because I'm just depressed already. But you're right, I should have. That's my mistake. Countless terrible ink spirits appear out of nowhere, scattering across the scroll, covering everything in its black ink. I didn't paint this. Also, she gets a pat. Pat, 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 pat. Go away! You've had a long journey, Mr. Shaw. I will take you to a quiet place where you can rest. I should not delay in reporting to the Ministry of War. There's been an incident by Zhao. His Majesty commands that you are not to enter for the time being. Why? Is that the tomb of Sui? Wang, what have you done? Either you have a new friend, or you must take him somewhere that is safe. You now have a side quest? Did the harp skip a beat? Or did it beat twice in an instant? Or was it the vibration of the nomadic city for some sudden movement? Or was it... Plop. The scroll that was in the prox's hand is now on the ground. Wang? Gia! What is it? Oh, excuse me. Look at this. A letter of indictment for Wang? Who gave you this? Thank you. Alright, as long as he's safe. Thank you. Someone sent it to the Sui regulator. The supervisor had a report in His Majesty. There are rumors in the Imperial Guard is coming to the Skymere Pavilion. Oh. Finally. Finally. You're here. Why are you awake? No. Yours almost identical to its own. But you appeared in the hollow visage. Thank you. That is absolutely an Evangelion background. What is... I actually don't know what that means. That's my first time seeing that. What does that mean? The hollow visage that is also yours. In any case, you're not awake. You're still in the dream. Of course I'm awake. You had awakened me centuries ago when you intruded upon my dream. You're bluffing. I'm not standing here if you're truly awake. You flexed in your dream and thought you'd woken up. You, a mere dreamwalker not yet awake. To yourself call yourself awake? Dreamwalker? Very well. We'll call this journey in a dream. But I see this game you and your siblings play with those puny humans, and your foolish, flawed, presumptuous plans to replace me. You want to become the same as humans. To become such fickle, puny creatures in order to escape your fate? Oh, okay. How pathetic. How laughable. You forget these puny creatures defeated you and imprisoned you for 1,000 years. Does it matter if you're awake? You're a shadow, a reflection. A phantom question its own shade. A reflection of fleeting water. Killing you would not be difficult. Is that so? Damn. The depression is that real. But thank you for telling me about that. I actually did not know that. The proxy turns around to look at the corridor that he just walked through, but finds no path. Why are you afraid then? It took so long for you to get the chance to see me like this. If you're not afraid, why have you not torn me to pieces in your hatred? Pathetic, foolish. Watch your tongue. Didn't you want to fight me to death? Then come. Do what you do best. A Weiqi board appears in front of Wang, with a familiar crack on it. Without asking, the mysterious foe takes the white stone, and goes first according to tradition. The first stone is placed in the Tianyuan position, the center of the board. First move, Tian 1. Are you mocking me? You'll find out when the game has ended. Your turn. He takes a black piece. The 19 by 19 board is intimately familiar to him. He has not tasted defeat in a long, long time. Yet it seems those opponents sees through his every move, every thought, every emotion. He soon finds himself at disadvantage, even though his opponent had forfeited the opening move. Impossible. A drag queen? Wow. Yeah, it disappears sometimes. I do know that in his animation, he kind of puts it, he like slices it in half and it becomes a Weiqi stone. Have you ever played Weiqi with your life on the line? Why would it be? Have you not realized that all the intricate moves that you have pondered, all your puny stratagems, are no secret to me? I have not. Because I am you. Giving up already? No, that won't do. You must finish the game. So be it. He clenches his teeth and picks up another stone. Every move causes a splitting headache. Every move drains his spirit. The game is finally concluded after 100 moves or so, with all endgame play settled. Black wins by the slightest of margins, half a point, as the points are tallied. The player is exhausted, at his last gasp. Pants feebly. Wang, what are you doing? You lose. Arrogant as ever. Leaving aside whether this child's play even counts, do you think this is the only game between us? I do love that expression a lot. They did really good with his expressions. The name of this game is Wang. You may have won this round, but do you have any idea how insignificant it is in the big picture? Step back. Go there and look back. See if there's any meaning in this moves that took every last drop of your being. Did he go see for Sephiroth on this fool? Possibly. Against his will, Wang gets up and takes a few steps back. It is only a few steps, but the board that he has seen has shrunk to tiny pieces. No matter how you flail and struggle, it is no more than 1/12 of the game. All the twists and turns, your black pieces have not determined the outcome of a single quarter. Why do you think you can make me concede? Wang forces himself to look. It is no longer a 19 by 19 board, but hundreds of lines vertical across. The game that he has poured his heart and soul into, just to win by a hair, utterly looks insignificant in the vast board. Countless white pieces, as many as there are skies in the stars in the sky, lie beyond the board, which itself seems endless. There's no room to intervene in the formation, as immutable Sui's anger contempt, which has simmered for 1,000 years. You planned this. Of course I planned this. The plan began to take form in countless dreams, ever since you glimpsed into my mind centuries ago. What do you mean, Ethel? Oh my god! A white would begin to lay its piece around you, quietly and unbeknownst to you. What you have done, he made note of. What you did not finish, he finished for you. What you did not do, he did in your image. He made you wary of the humans, and the humans wary of you, forcing you and your kind to return here, the source of your mortality for centuries. Why do you even care that we live? As long as I live, you'll always have a choice. The last thing that Yan wants to see the return of my consciousness and destroy everything that was built upon the Great Hunt. As long as you live, I will never fully regain my strength. Strength that will allow me to break my shackles. Our lives are too intertwined for peace to be a possibility. Yet you would seek peace with the humans? You would not abide me, who almost became their god. Why would they abide you when you replace me? You are not worthy of the play on this board. I will take your life, and then the lives of your siblings. Vanish now, as your inevitable fate. He needs some milk. The true Lung let Wang go into the tomb of Sui alone? He would not have given Wang the opportunity to tell me. He never wanted to hurt anyone. Words were never his strong suit. He was obsessed with victory and defeat, but cared nothing for loss and gain. The shrewdest and the most foolish among us. He saw through every scheme and treachery. He could not do a thing as simple as letting those around him truly know him. Besides, am I not the proxy of Sui Regular and you have always feared the most? I knew. Or rather, I knew they would tell you. I can feel it, even if you didn't say anything. I thought I could control this power in time. Lately, though, I'm feeling less and less like myself. My memories began to grow indistinct many years ago. In recent years, the same has happened to my emotions. Perhaps. There's something I want to ask you, Chun, impolite as it may be. What did you feel when your mother died? Oh no, I'm sorry! Underneath her thick and black hair, the elf ears twitched. Why do you ask? Because there's still hope for Wang. You're gonna save him? As it stands, with my strength and his, I can do no more than die in his place. What is the death of a family member like, for beings like you and me? Why do you ask? Why do you have to open my wounds? Jia, don't do this! I understand why you're doing this, but no! Suddenly, Chun understands. She is asking for herself and for Wang. If losing a loved one is merely a little speck in sorrow in a good long life, then she will choose death, and leave the insignificant sorrow to Wang, and become a loss that stings a little from time to time to her siblings. My throat needs it. Otherwise I will not survive. If the pain of losing a loved one still threatens to tear one apart, even for those with lifespans far beyond the ordinary mortal, then she will choose to bear the unbearable pain and burden for those left behind, seeking the task of eliminating suing through to end. An immortal being, facing the possibility of losing her family forever for the first time. No, it absolutely won't be a little sting. But I think it's understandable. Because it is a sting that over time, it stays there forever. But you can keep going. I know! Best girl always gets the worst! An immortal being, facing the possibility of losing family forever for the first time. Though she has written about meetings and partyings numerous times, finding no other measure to judge by, she can only rely on Chun to make the decision. She only has to tell the truth. That the pain of losing a loved one does not heal so easily, even after decades, after centuries. That death is a liberation and life is pain. Which way the scale tips is obvious. That it was best for Wang to let him go. That Jia should remain and feel the pain that lingers. Wang reaps the death that he sowed while Jia remains. That is how things should be. That Jia would cautiously advance the cause of eliminating Sui, without crossing the line that as Wang did, incurring the wrath of the true Lung when the Sui regulator receives an anonymous tip. But June. Eliminate the great evil before dealing with the culprit. There is no one in the Skymere Pavilion or the Imperial Historical Cabinet who can stop her. It's becoming a real problem. June! I trusted you! Oh my god! Oh! You see, this is why elves are hated by some. June, don't do this. Don't do this! She should be held responsible if the history of Yan falls into chaos. Imperial Historical Cabinet abolished. Takes control of the written language of Yen. No one may oppose her. Reviews the livelihood of every household in the land. Anyone who's committed fraudulent acts has their names erased and is exiled to its border. Thousands die. Don't do it! Chaotic, murky memories grip the candleholder's heart. It is not right. She seems to remember that none of the speakers had faces. Something is not right. It is false, fabricated, designed to drive a rift between the candleholder and proxy, turn them against each other. But it is not a fact that Jia's power is growing. She will become more powerful, more terrible than the Sui beast itself. She cannot help it. I must help her. I must do my duty to Great Yan. Two entwined wills surge in her chest. One belongs to her, the other to those faceless people, but also to the Yan that does not want to give a proxy complete control over history. She cannot help but suspect that her recruitment by the Sui Regular was not luck, but planned. She was assigned to watch the most difficult proxy to control, because of her long lifespan. She would understand the monster that Jia would become, because of her interest in history. She would lose her hard-earned home if she betrayed Great Yan, because she has nowhere to go. Is that why? She feels the crushing weight of her burden. A rumbling sound fills her mind, and she cannot think. She must do her duty to Yan. Do her duty as candleholder. By chance, she has seen Ji in the most fragile. She must let the great evil take the culprit's place. It would be best for the proxies even. Yan would lose reason to wage war on them. My mother, when she passed, I felt very little. June! June! No! Oh! Goddamn knife here! No! I trusted you, June! I worried about you! I was like, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen when, like, Jia died and June's left behind? You know what? You deserve it. You deserve it. This is your fault! I can't believe it. I can't believe it. The pain tore you apart. I felt as though the death of my mother left a hole in my heart. Maybe find something new to fill it. It was as though your heart was ripped out of your chest, leaving behind a bloody hole. And you know that nothing would ever fill it, that things would never be the same again. I cried when I buried her, but that was it. I stopped crying very soon. You had cried your tears dry by the time the last dirt was laid over your mother's face, but you still could not stop crying. You had no idea what to do. Our journey's a long one. We'll find new things and meet new people, and that'll soothe the temporary pain. Your life is too long, and the lasting things too few. When you lose them, they leave behind voids that can never be filled, wounds that never heal. I hardly even think about my mother anymore, because I have you. I have other friends. Your loved ones appear in your dreams. They come to you when you are alone. The pain grips your heart when you hear songs like the melodies that she once hummed. There's nowhere to run. When I'm with you, I'm happy. She barely managed to utter those last few words. So great was her urge to throw up. She could hardly breathe. She dares not look into the proxy's eyes. She fears the one before her would be blinded by her words and truly believe that loss is something that can be soothed over time. She fears that the one before her would see her through her lies, see her vile intention, despise her. She fears herself for saying those words. I see. Thank you. You're a good candle holder. I'm so angry. I'm so angry. I'm so angry. Jeannie does not deserve this. She is the sweetest one out of all of them. It is not fair. Ugh. Really? What the heck is that? The murk in the candleholder's chest suddenly clears. There's only an empty hole now. Wind blows through the hole and speaks in her voice. Gia, It was a cruel question, but I asked because my heart was in turmoil. I know, for that reaction! On second thought, I would likely have made the same decision, whether I asked the question or not. I regretted as soon as I asked. You're smart. You've realized that I was forcing my candle holder to choose my death or Wang's. I shouldn't have made you do this. You didn't say anything about yourself. You chose to communicate Yan's wills at me. That's all. And Gia saw through all of it. Oh my god! Death's an adventure that is unique for everyone. There is no previous experience to draw from. We must each walk our own path. The local novels that needed to be edited are on my desk. Take them to the sewer regulator when you have time. Gia. Chun fights back her tears. Even crying would be a lie, here and now. But the hole in her chest continues to sob, a sound that only she can hear. Finally, she forced a few sorrowful, powerless words from her chest. I'll be going. You. Take care. What's going on, Gia? The Pure Guard is coming to the Skymere Pavilion, and I almost got shut inside my own home by my candle holder. Did something happen to Wing? You can hear it, can't you? Its heartbeat. He went into the tomb of Sui? When? 2 hours ago. We can talk about the rule breaking later. The court clearly wants to exclude us, and time is short. What's your plan? I'm gonna help Wang. I'll go with you. No. Why? He and I will take care of this. Are you sure? I'm sure. He and I have been making plans to eliminate Sui. There's no time to explain the plan right now. Your presence will not help. It will only increase the risk. Besides, there's something that I must ask you to do. Take care of this riding knife. Your power should be able to preserve it. What are you planning? Have things gotten how bad have things gotten? You'll not awaken. Not yet. I can promise you this. And so can Wang. But you... Someone will come back. Either you or him? I'm coming with you. No, June. I truly mean no offense. I need to entrust this riding knife to the keeping of someone who is absolutely just and impartial. If someone with ill intent gets their hands on it, it'll do far more damage than the death of a single proxy. Oh, the music too! I thought about destroying it. In the end, I felt that it was worth preserving. The wrongs of the past should be righted, though I do not know at what price. Perhaps a riding knife will be of help with you, or Tien, until the day comes where no one can use it anymore. Oh, no! Don't be like this, June. Maybe I'll come back with Wang. Then we'll go together to eat at Yu's and listen to you sing. And if I never return, there's a long road ahead of you. Why are they doing this to me? No! No! Oh. This isn't right. Please be safe, Aethel. If you need a nap, take a nap. It is not easy to not look back. She looks at her numerous lives and death recorded upon the shelves, many of which she has written in her own pen. Would she become one of them? How would those who come after this depict this life? One that seems too long for others to comprehend, yet too hurried for herself. How would the other siblings react when they read those pages? No, there'll be no record of her. She knows it. Of all the siblings, she is the one who spent the most time with Wang. She has given Wang ideas for his plans, help him calculate the conditions and the time of the Sui elimination. She can guess what is happening in the Tomb of Sui. The clear and distinct heartbeat has Ray told the full story. There is no other way. She must use her powers to erase the name. She has spent much more time in the mortal realm than ordinary people. Oh, that's fair. Then try to, like, do something to wake up, go for, like, a little walk, take some caffeine, something to stay up. Just be safe no matter what. Everyone dies. It is precisely the cycle of life and death that has made possibility numerous ways of life that have fascinated her, as well as her siblings. But if death is such an unremarkable thing, like a wisp of smoke in the wind, what is living, truly? Light from the setting sun pours into the room, upon the countless history tomes, as though relentlessly pouring through the traces of the past. Every word in these scrolls was written with tears of blood. But the only thing written on the last page is the word regret. Are elves the true enemy of Arknights? The sun rays by the window. How warm. But she does not walk towards the sunlight. I think Effie probably left the second that he saw Chen. I know he was here for a minute, but I don't know if he's going to be able to answer you. She leaves the room. Into the darkness of the tomb. No words need to be said. Wang knows it is a fragment of it has retrieved from his own memory. An image that's never forgotten, even for a moment, for the last 120 years. He lies exhausted on the ground. 100 white pieces on the board have turned into blades that impale his chest, and he's slowly annihilated by the pure white until the last golden light surrounds him. I'm sorry. Wait for me. Wait for me to come back. For you to come back. It was the other side of the dream. A place that he should not have been able to touch. But she seems to notice him and turns around to look at him. Shit. There is a faint smile on Gia's face, and she nods lightly. The light gushes from behind her, surrounding the figure, swallowing it, dissolving it, sweeping away in the dream realm, and revealing the true face of this place. Oh. It's too late. She was the sacrifice. See from Enfield, her name means sacrifice? What? Oh. That makes me more excited to learn more about C. I know a lot of people are disappointed in her and they see it as a means to just have one of the siblings in Enfield, but I think she's gonna have more significance than that. I think Punchy is around here. I think he's lurking. He may have gotten a little bit busy. So here's what's gonna happen. Tomorrow we are gonna go ahead and continue. My goal is to at least get through 8, 9, and hopefully the first one of 10. If not, it's okay, because we can do these 3 on Friday. Chances are we will not be doing the ambient synesthesia yet. We will eventually. You don't like her? I don't think he was hating. He actually hated Gia. But I might be wrong. No, so I actually am going to be leaving on Saturday because this upcoming week, as a reminder, it's going to be a medical week, so I'm not going to be available. I will be out of town again since I have to go see my doctors in my old town. I will be back the following Saturday, but super late, so I don't think I'll be able to stream until like Tuesday. Oh, okay, I see. So ambient synesthesia might have to wait until I get back, and maybe a little bit later or anything like that. That's why he hated her. He knew. Yee, no worries. It'll be okay. But yeah, we're gonna try to I do want to finish this before I leave, though. Because I want the full weight of the story as much as possible. I know, at least this time I get to rest. At least this time I'll be running around to, like, different cities in Mexico. That's okay. We'll see it soon. If you guys want to watch it before me, you are more than welcome to. But if those of you who will want to watch it alongside me, I look forward to watching it with you guys. And obviously you guys can rewatch it with me if you would like. But that will probably be the first week of August. First week? Yes, first week of August. But yeah, with that, I am going to go ahead and end here because my voice is starting to hurt and I do want to make sure to take care of it. Watch it twice, absolutely. Go for it. As always, guys, don't forget to work out. Have a good sleep. Have a great morning. I will see you guys tomorrow. Please stay safe. And with that, I say goodnight. And before I forget, the wing, 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 wing. Stupid. Good night, everybody. Good night, everyone. Be